were some common symbols that are common to a lot of different witch or pagan cultures that are out there, and that you can basically use to put together into spells that have meaning for you. And so what I'd like to start with, if we can look at the piece of paper on the table, is the symbol of the circle is just a symbol that tends to mean things like wholeness or perfection or completion or a cycle that is coming from a beginning to an end. And the symbol of the line tends to represent more like linear time, like a journey from beginning to end. And so you can take, for example, and bend a line into a circle and get a spiral. And to many pagans and to many cultures, that represents the concept of starting from kind of a small reality in your center as a child and journeying through time, through the cycles of the year, through the cycles of life that we go throughout, and with your knowledge and your reality and your awareness expanding each time you go through a year, each time you go through a cycle, is what that spiral tends to mean. Whereas the horizontal line to a lot of pagans often tends to mean a journey through linear time. The vertical line to a lot of pagans will tend to mean something more along the lines of more like the connection, like as above, so below, from the kind of superconscious mind all the way into the conscious mind, where it kind of intersects with the physical timeline in the real physical world, and so on down to sort of the underworld, the shadow world of the Jungian reality, or the subconscious, or whatever you want to call it. And so you can see here that just by combining these symbols, we've drawn a glyph, or you would probably call it, with some great meaning to it. And you might kind of meditate on this glyph, for example, to accomplish something like personal growth, or you might call this one like a glyph for centering, that you might use it to center yourself in you know, time and space and balance yourself, for one. So that's one example of one thing you could do. A lot of them are built around circles. So again, you have a circle in this case representing protection, and this is a very commonly misunderstood pagan symbol, of course, and this one's going to wind up looking upside down on the TV screen. So it's before there were ever Christians or before there were ever Satanists, there was this symbol, which I'll flip right side up for you guys, and it tends to just represent earth, air, water, and fire. And then a lot of people put the concept of spirit, I'll just put S for that. Sometimes it represents like a human figure, balanced with all the necessary elements within a circle of protection. And the way that pagans cast a circle is they are making it sacred space by casting a circle. So it's, you know, a human figure within a divine space, interacting with the divine, balanced in all their elements, things like that. A symbol that I often like to draw is, you'll notice that inside the five-pointed star, you can always connect the pentagon that the inside of it makes to make another five-pointed star. And whether it's a right-side-up five-pointed star or an upside-down one, the one you draw within it always becomes its opposite. And I like the way that that represents that within each of us, we contain our own opposite as well. So I just wanted to give you a couple examples to get you thinking. I could literally write an entire dictionary of these things down for you. But what I'd like you to do as your Kitchen Witch exercise this week is come up with a symbol that's personally meaningful to you and use it in a spell by, for example, as you draw it, imagine your own personal energy flowing down your arm, through your hand, and out of your pen onto the paper. And then put it up somewhere where it would actually be useful. For example, if there's something to you that means protection, even if you just write the word protection, and then fold up that piece of paper and stick it in your car's glove compartment, for example, to maybe, you know, envision yourself being protected from accidents or envision yourself being protected from theft. And so just basically wanted to kind of give you the idea that even written symbols, if you consciously think about the meaning of them as you draw them, can have a lot of that kind of energy associated with them, even if it's just in your own subconscious mind. So again, check us out on myspace.com/KitchenWitchTV, and please come down to Community Access Television on Mondays and Tuesdays and make your own short take. It's been another